Have you ever wondered why some nations strive to be completely self-sufficient, relying on no one else for their critical needs? This concept, often driven by a desire for independence and control, played a pivotal role in shaping one of the 20th century's most destructive regimes. The core ideology behind Nazi economic autarky was to achieve complete national economic self-sufficiency, primarily to prepare Germany for aggressive war and to insulate its economy from what they perceived as corrupting global influences. This was not merely an economic policy, but a foundational component of their broader racial and military objectives, aiming to make Germany impervious to foreign blockades and economic pressures. This pursuit of autarky stemmed from several deep-seated Nazi beliefs and historical anxieties. Firstly, the trauma of the Allied blockade during World War I, which had crippled Germany's war effort and contributed to its defeat, fueled a fierce determination never to be economically vulnerable again. Secondly, the Nazi regime viewed international finance and trade as being dominated by Jewish interests, which they considered hostile to the German nation. Achieving autarky was therefore seen as a way to liberate Germany from this perceived control and to establish economic racial purity. Thirdly, it was inextricably linked to their concept of Lebensraum, or living space, which posited that Germany needed to expand eastward to acquire agricultural lands and raw materials, thereby ensuring self-sufficiency through territorial conquest rather than trade. To achieve this extreme self-reliance, the Nazi state implemented a highly centralized command economy focused on import substitution and intense rearmament. They invested heavily in developing synthetic materials like artificial rubber and fuel, known as ersatz goods, to replace vital imports. Strict foreign exchange controls were imposed, and trade agreements were strategically reoriented, often coercively, towards southeastern European nations to secure raw materials in exchange for manufactured goods. The ambitious four-year plan, initiated in 1936 under Hermann Göring, aimed specifically at accelerating rearmament and making Germany ready for war within that timeframe, emphasizing self-sufficiency in key industrial and agricultural sectors. This drive for autarky was not just about economic statistics. It was about building a Wehrwirtschaft, a defense economy, completely geared towards total war. Key figures like Hjalmar Schacht, while initially helping to stabilize the German economy through clever financial schemes, were gradually sidelined as the regime pushed for more radical, war-oriented policies under the four-year plan. The entire economic structure was transformed into a tool for nationalistic expansion, demonstrating a chilling fusion of economic planning with militaristic ambition and racial ideology. Ultimately, the ideology of Nazi economic autarky was a complex and dangerous cocktail of nationalistic pride, historical grievance, racial prejudice, and aggressive expansionism. It aimed to forge an unassailable German war machine, independent of external vulnerabilities, to achieve its vision of a racially pure, dominant empire. This radical self-sufficiency, however, became a primary driver for conquest, as Germany's limited natural resources ultimately necessitated external acquisition, setting the stage for devastating conflict.
If history fascinates you, like, subscribe, and explore more with us.